Hey, Shalom, Shalom, Akim, of course, call Haloyim, Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Racha, Kodash. Double honors to the apostles, bishops, and elders of Great Millstone, and Ruin Tees well. Peace and Shalom to the Akim out there and the elect, which the elect consists of the men, women, and children selected to make it out of here from the coming nuclear destruction, all right? I'm the brother Zayan Allah, the DC camp, coming at you with another video. I was going to call it message to the young brother as I like to do, but I'll just call it a keep in mind. All right. I'll just call it a keep in mind. All right. Is all brothers, have to keep this in mind. So I'm gonna call it keep in mind. A lot of misunderstandings could be cleared up if you took heed to the word. All right, or if you listen to what the word said. I'm gonna kind of word it around those lines. Okay. And as you can see here, it's based off of the scripture Matthew 18 and 16. All right. Well, this is the AI overview. I'll just read it and then I'll get the actual scriptures. Matthew 18 and 16, it says, describes a process for resolving disagreements or sins between believers. Notice this is disagreements or sins between a brother who believes the same as you do. Okay, it's not a person in the world. It's not a nigga, none of that. This is between believers, another bro, another ak, you know what I'm saying? All right. It says if a person's initial private conversation to address a sin isn't successful, the next step is to take one or two others with you to seek reconciliation. Now, it's not just a sin, it's also a disagreement. Like you notice the scripture says if a brother trespass against you, and we're going to get it, right? And it says, this ensures that every claim or disagreement is established with the testimony of multiple witnesses as per ancient legal precedent. All right. The context. All right. Matthew 18, 15 through 17 outlines a process for resolving disputes and addressing sin within the community of believers. So once again, this is dealing with brothers, Akim, that believe in Yahweh Shem Shai the same way that you do. Right. So let's go to the scripture. Matthew 18 and verse 16. Matter of fact, verse 15 says, moreover, if thy brother shall trespass against thee, against thee, go and tell him his fault between thee and him alone. If he shall hear thee, thou hast gained thy brother. You see that? And this is if a brother has committed a form of trespass against you. It could be a business deal, agreement, you name it. Something that the brother's doing to you or something like that you don't like, whatever. Guess what? You go to that brother alone. And like I said, a lot of misunderstandings could be cleared up if you followed the word. If you went to the brother directly, head up. Okay? Do what the scriptures say. Don't the scriptures say, be ye doers of the word and not hearers only? Are we not doers? All right, we're not like the wicked scribes and Pharisees, the wicked ones, because you have righteous ones, right? So we're not like the wicked ones who they spoke a good game, but they didn't do a good game. Okay? All right, a lot of stuff happens between brothers and is not resolved the right way. What happens, it causes a buildup. And that buildup gets even bigger over time until it pops into something that it shouldn't have. And then it's this big mess, and then it's being handled by older bros, elders, and things of this nature at that level, instead of you doing Matthew 18 and 15 first. Okay? A lot of misunderstandings can be cleared up if you took heed to the word. There wouldn't be no need for brothers to jump over other brothers to talk to, and that's another thing. And I keep saying this. There's no way that brothers should jump over other brothers in their chain and that are over them and talk to other brothers because you like talking to them more, or you feel that you have a better connection with them, or whatever the case may be, they're still in order. I know, we love each other, man. It's, you like brothers and stuff like that, but they're still in order. And if you keep skipping over the order, you know what you're doing? You're robbing that man above you of experience, right? Because how does one gain experience? He has to try, he has to go through trials, he has to go through things. If a man dealt with how to deal with a matter, how to deal with a counsel, all right, he knows how to deal with it better the next time he goes through a counsel and judging the matter. But if you constantly don't give him a chance to deal with that matter, how's he going to learn? So, like I said before in another video a while ago, even the younger brothers are robbing the older brothers of their experience. If you get me, you get what I'm saying. You see? Because there's still older brothers that still need to go through certain trials. They need to go through certain trials and tribulations. All right, they need to be tried in these matters. You see? They need to be tried in these matters. Hold on, let me close the door. All right. So again, if you have a brother who's older than you, who's been in the truth a little bit longer than you, but he's never really dealt with a matter, how's he gonna, improve and learn how to deal with that matter when it's his time and when his time comes up, if he doesn't have the experience? So in essence, again, a younger bro could be robbing an older bro of the experience that he needs. That's why the scripture says, "Let everything be done in decency and in order." In decency and in order. The scriptures are all about order. All right. If there's a matter between you and a bro, damn it, go to that brother. Hey, I know I don't know if it's a level of fear. And it's like, I don't know if I should go to him and talk to him. You got to break that. All right. What does the scripture say? Let me see. Let me see. Let's get that. It said, and shew yourselves men. Yeah. Isaiah 46:8. Remember this and shew yourselves men. Bring it again to mind, O ye transgressors. Okay, remember this and shew yourselves men. I wonder what this is in a different translation. All right, do not forget this. Keep it in mind. Remember this, you guilty ones. No, you see. It's interesting that they have keep it in mind. That's what I named this video. Remember this and take courage. Because, yeah, being a man is having courage. All right. Like when they say the woman that had the 7 children and what is that? Second Maccabees. She had the 7 sons that got killed. It said stirred up her womanish thoughts with a manly stomach, aka that's a courageous stomach, because men deal with courage. So at the end of the day, you have to have courage. Remember this and show yourselves men have courage. If you are the one that's affected, go to the brother that's affecting you, all right, and see what's going on. Okay, hey brother, I didn't like the way this or whatever the matter is. Guess what? You may find out something about yourself. All right, maybe you're taking things the wrong way. Okay, maybe when you talk to him, you'll realize that he didn't trespass against you. Okay, because we had that, examples of that years ago. When brothers kept throwing out the word, I'm offended. I'm offended. Offense, when it says woe to them that take of offense. What is that? Offended the little ones. That's what I want. That's what I wanted to say. That it offended the little ones. Well, offended means a stumbling block. If an older bro tells you to do something and directs you to do something in his righteousness and in order, even if it comes off a little harsher than you'd like, it doesn't mean that the brother offended you. Okay, he's correcting you. Okay, remember we have to shew ourselves men. Okay, the men of today, we've been watered down, all right, far too much than our past lives of old. Us in our past lives would look at us right now in awe, because all of us were manly, even more manlier in the ancient world. Okay, that's why this truth is needed for us, man. This truth is needed for us because this truth makes a man out of you. Okay, this like the Apostle Gabar says, to be a man of the Lord, you have to be a man first. Well, we believe we're men of the Lord. Well, this truth is making us men. Courage. Okay, courageous. All right. Let me go. So I'm gonna go back to. We got that. Let me go back to Matthew. So Matthew 18. Verse, it's not going to be long, because it's to the point. Matthew 18 and verse 15 again. Moreover, if thy brother shall trespass against thee, go and tell him his fault between thee and him alone. If he shall hear thee, thou hast gained thy brother. Again, you have to come up with the courage. If that type of thing bothers you, you might have the brother, well, I'm not really into all that. I don't like really getting into, well, if you're the one who the brother had did something to you and you know for a fact, then you have to go to that brother. If it's truly bothering you, you have to go to that brother and handle it. Okay, it says, if he shall hear thee, thou hast gained thy brother. Let's look at the translation comparisons. Look, this is where this is the difference in the AMP. It says, if your brother sins, go and show him his fault in private. Now remember, if he trespasses against you. So this is one instance where the AMP is a little off, because this can be in a matter of offense between brothers, something that went down. It's more than just if a brother actually sins. Okay, so it says, if your brother sins, go and show him his fault in private. If he listens and pays attention to you, you have won back your brother. Let's look up the NLT. If another believer sins against you, go privately and point out the offense. If the other person listens and confesses it, you have won that person back. All right. Verse 16, but if he will not hear thee, then take with thee one or two witnesses. Slakia, jumping ahead. But if he will not hear thee, then take with thee one or two more, that in the mouth of 2 or 3 witnesses every word may be established. Let's look at this. NLT, but if you are unsuccessful, take 1 or 2 others with you and go back again, so that everything you say may be confirmed by 2 or 3 witnesses. AMP. But if he does not listen, take along with you 1 or 2 others, so that every word may be confirmed by the testimony of 2 or 3 witnesses. See, if that don't work, and misunderstanding, that don't work, then that's when you go to get 2 to 3 witnesses. We keep going, verse 17, and if he shall neglect to hear them, tell it unto the church. But if he neglect to hear the church, let him be unto thee as a heathen man and a publican. See, it goes up the chain in its rightful order. Okay? It goes up the chain in its rightful order. If it doesn't work with the one, then it goes between 2 or 3 witnesses. And then if it gets real crazy and the brother's truly been shown that he's at fault, because by the time you get to 2 or 3 witnesses, brothers are hashing out the matter, going back and forth. Okay? And when you're going back and forth with Akim, you have to make sure you use discernment. What is the matter? How did it happen? Where did it happen? To who, what, when, where, and why? You got to get both sides of the story. Okay? You got to hear both sides. One brother, this brother. This brother here, that brother there. You got to make sure you split the matter right down the middle. Justly. Hear both sides. All right? And if something doesn't sound right that a brother's saying, and you see that it's not right, you have to stick on that. You got to hold on that and say, hey, brother, wait a minute. You got to explain that. Because you said this and this don't line up, and you stay on that. Because that's where the problem lies. A brother may be all over the place and not getting to the point. That's where the problem lies. You have to stick on that. Okay? Look, we battle demons in this flesh. A brother could be dealing with demons. Could be plaguing his mind to mess with brothers and stuff like that. Is messing with him, so in turn he's messing with brothers and not even know it. We're battling in this flesh. All right? So it's important that if it's a matter between bros, that you definitely get the details. because it may point out to something that's even more serious in the matter. Okay? And then after that, if everything fails still, then you go into the church with the matter. But see, again, it's in everything being done in decency and in order. Matthew 18 and 15 first, Matthew 18 and 16, and Matthew 18 and 17 in order. Clears up a lot of misunderstandings if you follow the word. I hope Akim out there hearken, I was going to make this a message to the young bro, but even, brothers of various, years in the faith can sometimes struggle with that. We got to be doers of the word and not hearers only. All right. Well, if we have a matter, guess what? What do the scriptures say? Right? I'll end it on that. Call Haloyim, Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Chakudash. And as always, to the elect, I say, double shalom.